Let's go to business news now with Kim Savage. Kim, we are going to get some kind of insight into what's happening with the labour market later this week, are we?
Yes, good evening, Lisa. Believe it or not, this is the kind of stuff that economists and business reporters, in fact, too, get quite excited about. So it's really just one of the kind of data sets, I guess, that we get that kind of gives us a bit of a sense of the health of the economy and how things are turning over. So what we're going to see come Wednesday are these job figures, which will tell us the unemployment rate for those first 3 months of the year, and also the number of jobs that have been created, just how that's tracking right now. So economists' views on this are somewhat mixed. Some economists believe that we'll see that unemployment rate tick up just slightly. Some think that it will remain stable after a bit of a rise at the end of last year, and then some think it will actually ease off a little bit. So there are all manner of views out there in the market at the moment. What everyone is keeping an eye out for is the wage growth and what that will look like. So the reason why that's so important is that what economists think they'll see is a modest lift in wage growth, and then that potentially could flow through to what we see with inflation, consumer price, and then that then flows through to what the Reserve Bank, for example, is thinking about the official cash rate and monetary policy, so what it might then do with that official cash rate when it meets next week. So a lot of factors at play here, and as I said, it's just one of those really key sort of data sets that we get that kind of tell us about the economy and what's going on, and will definitely feed into what we see with monetary policy from next week going onwards.
So cost of living, this is really interesting. Beneficiaries, you say, have seen their cost of living rise more than the overall population.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it's actually cigarettes, the cost of cigarettes, which are behind this, according to Stats New Zealand. So what we actually saw for the first quarter is that the cost of living for beneficiaries rose 0.6%, and that compares, if you're wanting to sort of have a comparison there, to 0.1% for all households altogether. What actually happened was in January, the excise tax for tobacco rose. That was the annual increase that took place. And actually, Stats New Zealand's issued quite a helpful figure here. They say that the cost of one cigarette now is $1.50, and that's about 54 cents more expensive than it was 10 years ago. So that excise increase year on year has created that 54-cent difference there. The reason beneficiaries have been hit the hardest by this is that their spending is made up by more of their spending goes on cigarettes than it does for the overall population. So it has a more significant impact for them. Just another thing to note out of these statistics, the cost of living actually fell for higher spending households, and that was down to a drop in the international airfares and also the cost of petrol too. So those particular areas make up a higher proportion of spending for those higher spending households as well.
And the markets, what's been happening on the markets today, Kim?
The NZX Top 50 has closed up this afternoon at 10,013. It's up 0.2%, up 18 points. And just taking a quick look at the currencies, the dollar trading at 66.8 US and 94.6 Australian this afternoon.
Thanks, Kim. Kim Savage there with our business news.